Yep, okay, there it goes. Now you're live.
Hmm. Okay, it doesn't seem to be dropping any frames either. Did we lose all of that stuff that I showed then? I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Dang. Damn. Sorry.
No. Also, I think the audio stopped on my end.
Hmm.
The Skype audio, rather. The stream sounds fun.
Is it back?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Gonna check Video Manager really quick. I don't know, it looks like that one was up really quick. I don't know. Weird.
Weird.
Also, Twitch really changed its Video Manager layout. What the heck? Okay, either way. I guess just a quick recap, if it will let me go back to desktop. This picture... Oh god, too much zoom. This picture and this log... Oh, not this log. This traceback. And I'll just leave it for people to see for a moment, and yeah. Okie dokie. I hope I remember my voices for everyone. It's gonna... Oof. Oh, also, if we try to load a game... My...
Yeah, it's pretty freaky.
My load states still seem to be there?
Oh yeah, because they erased your old load files.
No, but they still seem to be here.
Did they? I thought they erased all of your saves.
I don't know. They still seem to be here.
Oh, maybe because you haven't started a new game yet.
Maybe. But this is technically the point of no return anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do.
I thought they would have I thought they erased your games.
I don't know. Let's continue new game anyway.
Yeah.
Here we go. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is... my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in the front of the crosswalk and let... catch up to me. Oh. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. God. It's been a long break since we had that. I know, don't you hate it when they're missing language packs? God. Also, hi Matt. If you're in any place where you can like join our call, you're welcome to. I don't know if you are though. Out of curiosity, I'm going to keep checking the folder. I don't think anything changes too much. But yeah. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Rude. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Right, we're calling it.
You made the best naming choice once again.
There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Kono yara? Oh, jeez. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Monica.
Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
I'm sorry that I already missed the robot voice.
I know, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
I know, we cannot do the hello friend Erin voice at all.
God. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Sorry, this is gonna happen a lot. I'm gonna be narrating and shit's gonna happen. I'm just gonna be like, Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Oops. It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Konoyaro? By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, Is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me feel really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. I have every reason to refuse, TBH.
You have every reason to refuse.
Besides,
But thou must.
Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica?
Monica's the best.
Just Monica. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Koneyaro, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Jeez.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
That started quickly.
That sure did begin immediately.
If you had any doubts as to what this game's gonna be like from now on. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Oh, jeez. Eh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Koneyaro. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. The vice president. It's nobody else who could have been vice president. It's
That's
nice.
so silly. There's only 3 of them here.
Only 3. I don't know what you could be talking about. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Koneyaro in a classroom, and he decided to come to check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica? Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In any case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Koneyaro? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks in to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. I'm sorry, but I'm slightly on edge. I mean, I know that's the whole point, but I'm on edge. after after that Monica glitch.
Yeah, God. It's weird because I don't think I've ever seen the Monica glitch before. I don't remember it. She's usually not the one who glitches.
Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. We have already read this dialogue before, but things are somewhat different since Sayori is missing.
Who's Sayori?
I don't know. I don't know where that name came from. I don't know who this Sayori is. So, Konoyero, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Again, keep it in your pants, guy. What am I saying?
Honestly.
I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Again, we reacted to this before, but oh my god.
You self-congratulatory bastards. They deserve it, though. It was real good.
Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. So that part was different. I remember now.
Yep. No, that was absolutely different on the first pass through. Because on the first pass, they said the exact opposite. That, oh, that surprises me. You don't seem like you'd like that shit.
Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you're working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of
You're
writing
right.
takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Fred.
Fred.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then the next time we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Fred?
Fred.
I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Konoyaro? Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry. I thought... Huh. Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Konoyaro. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. Relaxed, yeah.
Super chill.
So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Konoyaro? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Konoyaro, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Konoyaro, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I can already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. I'm anxious for other reasons. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
We just started the stream, but we're on the second act, so...
Yeah, we played the first part of the game a little while ago, actually. So we're already past the twist, and we're now in the second half. We're also kind of already aware of what's going to happen, unfortunately, so... Sorry. We're weenies. We can't stand... We couldn't.
We had to know.
But the glitches are still random, so I'm still probably going to be jumping.
We're still gonna be jumpy nerds.
I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I be really be happy spending every day at school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll find the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Perhaps we'll be stuck in a purgatory. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes.
Oh boy.
Happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts.
I miss Sayori.
Who's Sayori?
Gosh darn it.
I'm sorry.
No. I guess we'll stick with Yuri.
I like Yuri.
Yeah, we like Yuri. We just play a bunch of random stuff all the time. Like, unfortunately, I don't stream too often, not very regularly. But I just kind of do whatever I feel like at the time. I stream, like, drawing and stuff, too, once in a while. I have a huge backlog and, like, a YouTube and stuff, but eh. But yeah, let's see. I guess Vertigo sounds like something she might like. Okay, Vertigo.
Mm-hmm. Just basically don't go for anything too cutesy.
Philosophy. Melancholy. Tears. Do I want to hit suicide? Do I really want to do this?
I mean...
I'm a little scared. What if it does something?
I'm not sure if suicide does, but I heard a vague thing that depression might, but I don't know for certain because I've not actually seen.
I'm a weenie. Okay, let's see this. Nope, that didn't do anything. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Guarantee.
Tragedy. Essence. Meager. Oh, there's that depression. There it is.
Oh boy.
Let's do it. Oh, it didn't do anything. That must be random too.
Yeah, I don't know. I literally have no idea what it does, if anything. Just somebody on a Grump video was like, oh boy, I hope they pick depression when they get it during poems. And I was like, what does it do? And I have no idea.
Oh, memories with Natsuki. Whisper. Oh, that was also Natsuki. Contamination. Despise. Ocean. Oh, that was her. Broken. I am a frightened right now.
You have a fear.
Disown. Oh god. Disaster. And misery. Oh god! Misery, misery, misery!
Oh god. Oh god. There it went.
Oh yeah. Well, thanks for dropping in.
Thanks for dropping by.
Hi again, Cornieto. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Something feels weird. Something feels weird. I can't put my finger on it.
Music feels a little off.
Are we already? We're already spinning. We're already spinning.
I was gonna say, is the background already tilting?
I feel weird.
Oh god.
I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Oh, jeez. Thanks for keeping your promise, Konoya. I can't narrate properly like this. Thanks for keeping your promise, Konoyaro. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you
Oh, that's hacking me up.
Making you dive head first into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack! God, I can't.
Nice of you to clip in that ski.
God. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Oh, Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Konoyaro. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Oh my god. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say
I have
no.
an interest in untilting the camera, Yuri.
I'm getting seasick. Either way.
I know, I'm getting a little woof.
Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not like that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally making me sick? With her camera tilting and all.
Oh my god, fucking Dutch angles up in here.
She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh god, thank God.
Whew.
Let's all take a breath.
Ooh, man, that really kicks off my motion sickness a little bit.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm okay. I didn't look at it too thoroughly, even though I kept glancing because what if a glitch happens? But
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Fred. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Oh, there goes her eye. There goes her eye. There it go. Bye.
There it go.
Its people need it.
It's going on a voyage.
That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov, which is different again from what we had, I believe. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway...
Such a relatable story, isn't it?
So relatable. I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Koniero? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri isn't into those things. She's so shy on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? God.
Oh, it's so good. It's so fucking horrible, but it's so good.
It's kind of terrible.
I know, I'm sorry.
Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Oh, well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... Oh god, I missed that.
Hold on. Oh yeah, just my whole body gets incredibly and then a bunch of, like, garbage.
Oh my god, the history doesn't have it the same.
Wow.
I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, it says.
Wow.
But it has the other glitch one, the glitch text. Oh, there go all my saves. There they go.
Yep. Goodbye.
Okay. The help thing is still the same.
Help.
Help! So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, God, this isn't good for my constitution.
Doki Doki.
I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Fred? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm the one... I am.
God.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat! Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rodney. I don't mean to startle. I just get jumpy.
No, I mean, it's the whole point of this. It's more like, for me, like, fucking, I hear you react before I see what you're reacting to, so I just like to go like, oh god, what am I bracing myself for?
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh god. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really?
Is your face okay?
I was just thinking the way she second-guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Konoyaro? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. Okay. Just a quick second. I'm going to start boiling some water. So I need... Instead of doing so much reading, I need more tea.
E. Oh, the way that one note messes up is always funny.
Okie dokie.
Welcome back.
Think. I also got yogurt. Everybody loves
Delicious.
yogurt. It's fun.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'll be fine, I think. I forgot. Oof, I forgot. It's been a while.
Hug.
Okay. Who should we show it to first? Let's go with Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Fred.
Fred.
Konoyaro, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh.
Rude.
What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of your first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. So this is still about the same.
Eagles can fly.
Eagles can fly!
I just gotta every time.
Yep. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? Monica. Hi, Konoyaro.
The only choice.
The only choice. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Konoyaro. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Konoyaro. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. You do, Monica.
Rude.
But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back.
I was in strong shape. Don't even worry about it. Tee.
Tee. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole and wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper, the sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Oh boy. So, what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Time to show it to Yuri. Fred. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Fred. Well,
Fred.
I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, I think Ghost Under the Light is still the same. I don't think there's anything different about this one. I'm always scared about clicking